Hey, this is Jennifer from Rockbelly Minerals, and today we're going to talk about how to make Shungite water. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about its history and where it comes from, a little about its properties and its health benefits, and then we'll get into the recipe on how to make the Shungite water. So Shungite comes from an area of Russia. It's called Lake Onega, and as the story goes, in the early 1700s, there were these ore processors who fell ill, and they drank this water from a spring, which the spring happened to have Shungite in it, and they had some healing benefits. So Peter the Great, he sent his men to this area to study this water and found that it really did have some really lovely healing benefits. And he actually erected bathhouses all over Russia so that people could experience the healing benefits of Shungite. He also had his soldiers carry a piece in their pack because Shungite has a lot of carbon in it, which actually cleanses water. And it also has these wonderful antimicrobial effects. So he had his soldiers carry it so they could cleanse their water wherever they were traveling. It's also been found in archaeological digs that age back to about 6,000 BC. So Shungite has definitely been around and has been used by people for a long period of time. So what is this Shungite? So here's a piece. So this is called noble or elite Shungite. It's a 4 on the Mohs hardness scale. And this particular kind has approximately 95% carbon makeup. Now, there's another kind of Shungite, it's black Shungite. The difference between that one and this is that one has about 30 to 65% carbon. And that one is generally used it's generally used in the carved specimens like the pyramids or spheres or cubes. Sometimes it's carved into little animals. But you want to use the noble or elite Shungite for your water because of the high carbon content. And why that's so important is carbon is actually used in water filtration systems. They're even in like Brita water systems. That is carbon because carbon can actually cleanse water of heavy metals, of chlorine, and different microorganisms. So why would you want to drink Shungite water? Well, Shungite water has this really, or Shungite, I should say, has this really cool molecule called a fullerene. And what that fullerene does is it has the ability to reduce free radicals in the body. So what is a free radical? So I'm going to get back to fullerenes, but let's discuss free radicals for a moment. So free radicals are an uncharged molecule with an unpaired electron. And what that means, we're just going to go back to chemistry class here for a moment, is imagine when you would draw the molecules out and they would have the little electrons around the circle. Well, electrons, they like to be in pairs. In a free radical, it's missing that pair. It just has one. So it's always looking for that other electron to complete its pair. So these free radicals, they're in the body, and what they do is they take that electron from a healthy cell. And in turn, that will cause cellular damage. And then over time, it can cause chronic inflammation that can lead to chronic disease. So where do these free radicals come from? There's two different places. There's external and internal. So the external is from things like too much sun damage, pollutants, air pollution, water pollution, toxins in our environment such as pesticides, poor eating, poor diet. There's radiation. So there's ionizing radiation, which is more like from X-rays. And then there's non-ionizing radiation, which is from computers, cell phones, microwaves, different kinds of appliances. And then there's the internal factors. Now, the internal factors are from this normal metabolic process that happens in our body. Any kind of metabolic process, well, it has a waste product. And that waste product is called a free radical. Well, the way that the body combats this or keeps this in check is through the foods that we eat that are high in antioxidants. So what is an antioxidant? Well, like I said, antioxidants we get through foods. Generally, they're high in fruits and vegetables, like the really deep color fruits and vegetables. They're high in antioxidants. And what these antioxidants will do is they provide the electron to the free radical, without hurting the antioxidant, but it gives it the electron that it needs, which basically kind of like neutralizes this free radical so it can no longer cause damage in the body. Now, in order for us to get antioxidants into our body, like I said, we have to eat these wonderful foods. Just some examples of antioxidants: vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, lycopene, just a couple. But generally, it's better to get antioxidants through our foods rather than supplements. Supplements have their time and place, but the body really absorbs what it needs through foods better. So just a couple examples of foods that are high in antioxidants: a lot of the berries, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, your green leafy vegetables, carrots, that's the beta carotene, different kinds of nuts, pecans, walnuts, different kinds of beans, your winter squashes. There's a long list of foods that are high in antioxidants. And then, of course, one of my personal favorites is dark chocolate. So that being said, like I said, it's best to bring in these foods to get antioxidants through these foods in our body. So now let's take that back to fullerenes. And what I said about fullerenes is they have the ability to reduce free radicals in the body. So they kind of work like an antioxidant. The cool thing about fullerenes is they actually work for periods of time. So fullerenes have this unique structure. They're a carbon structure. And there's all these multiple like little areas where they can accept a free radical and basically do the same thing as the antioxidant. They will neutralize this free radical so that it can no longer cause damage in the body. So what is the best way to get these fullerenes into our body? Well, that is through an aqueous or water solution, hence Shungite water. So next we're going to talk about how to make the Shungite water. What you'll need is a glass jar. You'll need filtered water, or tap water is fine. And the measurement is going to be 1 liter. And 1 liter is a little bit over 4 cups. So you can either make a 1 liter batch or a 4 cup batch. And then you're going to need 50 to 70 grams of noble or elite Shungite. Now, the piece that I held up earlier was about 17 grams. So if you have a piece at home and you're just not sure how much it weighs and you have a kitchen scale, just put it on the scale on the gram side and that will tell you how much Shungite you have. So you're going to want 50 to 70 grams of noble Shungite. Now, before you get started, it's always a good idea to cleanse and recharge your stones. And the way that you cleanse Shungite is you'll take your glass jar, 4 cups of warm water, add 1 tablespoon of either lemon juice, or you can use a vinegar, either apple cider or white vinegar. You want to let it sit in this solution for about 4 hours, and then when you take it out, just rinse it to make sure there's no residue of the vinegar on the Shungite. And then to recharge it, you want to set it directly in the sunlight for up to 3 hours. And just make sure that you turn your Shungite about halfway through so that both sides get recharged. Now, when you're working with these stones in the water, they should last you for a long period of time. They only need to be cleansed and recharged about every 6 months. You can do it more often, but really 6 months is all you need to do. I personally have been using the same Shungite in my water for a little over 2 years now, and still feels like it's doing its job. But that will be an intuitive process for you. If you feel like the Shungite is no longer working, it might just be a good time to change out your stones. So now you have your glass jar, 4 cups of water, your 50 to 70 grams of Shungite. They've been cleansed and recharged. Put them in the water, set them on the countertop, and let it sit. Minimum 24 hours, max time up to 3 days before you start drinking it. Now, you don't want to drink the water before 24 hours. When you first put Shungite into water, it will drop the pH of the water. And when I talk about pH, pH is basically a measurement of acidity versus alkalinity. So the pH scale runs from 0 to 14, 7 being neutral. Well, water is generally a 7. Water is generally neutral. When we look at water and it's the acid base, it's 6.5 to 8.5. 6.5 being acidic, 8.5 being alkaline. You want your water to be at least 7 to 8.5. So when you first put the shungite into the water, it can drop the pH to slightly acidic. And within 6 to 8 hours, it starts to raise those levels back up to the neutral or alkaline state, which is perfect for drinking your water. So how much do you drink? 1 cup per day. That is the dosage. That is all you need. Now, if you're feeling a little under the weather, you can drink 2 to 3 cups per day, but really all you need is just 1 cup per day. And yeah, that's all you need. So the way that I like to do it, because you have your 4-cup measurement, is I drink 1 cup per day for 4 days consecutively, and then I take 3 days off while I'm making a new batch. The one thing about fullerenes is that they do stay in the body and they do continue to work. So you don't constantly need to be bringing shungite water into the body because it's constantly working. So you can figure this out how you would like to drink it. Some might do 1 cup per day, or 1 cup on, 1 day on, 1 day off. You can do 1 week on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. This is something that you're going to have to find for yourself. Like I said, it's easiest for me to do the 4 days consecutive and then give my body a break for 3 days. So that's it. That's how you make shungite water. It's pretty simple. Just some other things you can do with shungite water is you can use it for your skin. Fullerenes are good for cell regeneration, so it can be used for burns, for acne and other skin conditions. So you can just make a compress with the shungite water and place it right on the area or right on your face. You can wash your face and splash it with shungite water. Those are some great ways. You can also take a bath in it. Now with a bath, you're going to need a substantial amount of shungite. It's 400 to 500 grams. And the way you would do this is you would get your 400 to 500 grams of shungite, put it in like a muslin cloth bag, something that allows water to come in and out, and then place it in the bath water for 10 minutes. And then you would soak in the water for 20 minutes. So there you have it. Just some fun little ways that you can experiment with shungite water. Just a little recap of what we talked about. So shungite, you want the noble or elite shungite because of the high carbon content. When you're making the shungite water, you just need a glass jar, 4 cups of water, 50 to 70 grams of shungite. Let it sit for at least 24 hours and up to 3 days. And just remember, it's only 1 cup per day. You don't want to drink more than that. And just have fun, experiment with shungite. Plants actually like shungite water, so you can feed your plants shungite water if you would like. Just a little disclaimer, all this information is educational and it's information that I have gathered over the years working with shungite, but it shouldn't be substituted for the recommendations of a medical doctor or any other medical professionals. So that being said, if you have any questions for myself, my name is Jennifer, or you can contact Chad. We are Rockbelly. Our email is rockbelly39@gmail.com. We also have kits of the noble shungite available on our website, rockbellyminerals.com. You can follow us on Instagram if you'd like to see what we're up to. We are at Rockbelly. And we also have a group on Facebook called Rockbelly Shop at Home. So you can join us there to see what we have, other items that we have available. And if you like our channel, please feel free to subscribe, share the video, leave comments or questions. We are here to help and look forward to seeing you in some upcoming videos. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.